Hey folks, my name is Ed Travers. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest serving in the beautiful parish of Christchurch-Shelburne that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. A couple of weeks back, I went out to my cabin. And there's not a lot of ambient light around there. There's not a lot of houses. There's not a lot of light sort of lighting up the sky. And so when you look up, you can see the stars. You can see all these wonderful lights shining down on you. And this night, it was very clear. It was very clear. There was no clouds in the sky, and it was, in the spring, and I'm looking up, and I'm seeing like these clouds of stars. I'm just amazed by it. And then all of a sudden, a realization hits me. Dude, you are nothing. Right? That thought rolled into my brain that we are nothing in comparison to the size of this universe. Our mass is nothing compared to the mass of the universe. The time that we spend in these bodies, in this form, is nothing compared to the time that the universe has been in existence. The energy that we produce, the work that we do, is nothing compared to the energy and the work that the universe does every single second. It's incredible how utterly tiny and insignificant we are physically to the physical properties of the universe. And yet, we are impossibly unique. We are impossibly unique. Sure, somebody out there may get the same DNA as us. They may be the same height, they may be the same weight, they may even be as equally gorgeous as we are. But they don't have our origin. They don't have our experiences. They don't live where we live. They don't live how we live. They don't live with the people we live with. They don't have and never will have the same thoughts, the same dreams, the same aspirations. They won't have the same desires. They won't make the same choices. We are ridiculously special in this incredibly vast reality. I begin to think, how come? How come I'm so unique? How come we are so perfectly special? Why is it that way? Why did that happen? Then it occurs to me. Maybe it's because in this moment, we are perfectly adapted. We are perfectly suited to do something important. That there is something out there that we must undertake, a challenge that we must stand up to, an opportunity that we must seize. We are perfectly unique to handle these perfectly unique situations. I'm not a fan of coincidence. And so as I process all those thoughts looking up into the sky that night, I felt utterly and perfectly loved. Can you imagine the amount of effort and care that must have gone into placing you here? Placing you, this perfectly unique person, in this very particular moment for a very particular purpose. You've been chosen for this moment. Someone, something knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are chosen for this moment, that you have a purpose in this moment, that you are needed in this moment, and you have been built, you have been designed perfectly to stand in this moment for that reason. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. I pray that when the weather's right, some night you will look up into the sky. You'll look up at the stars. You'll realize how incredibly unique, how incredibly special, how incredibly well crafted you are. That you will see your value. Amen.